12 subtle signs she's into you. 99% of men don't know this. Old Stoic wisdom. Welcome back to my channel. Women are wet when they show these 5 secret signs. Have you ever wondered how to decode the secret signals women send when they're truly into you? It's no secret that attraction is as much about subtle, unspoken behaviors as it is about chemistry. Too many men miss these signs not because they're invisible, but because they're invisible to the untrained eye. That's where old Stoic wisdom comes in. A Stoic man sees what others ignore. He doesn't chase validation. He observes with clarity and acts with intention. So let me ask you, have you ever felt like a woman was drawing you in one moment, then pulling away the next? That push and pull isn't always confusion. Sometimes it's a language all its own. Today, you'll learn 5 subtle signs she's into you. These are not gimmicks or tricks. They're rooted in human psychology and emotional truth. These behaviors reveal a woman's genuine interest, often before she even speaks a word. By understanding them, you gain more than attraction. You gain emotional intelligence, confidence, and connection. Why is this important? Because when a man misreads these cues, he either acts too soon or misses his moment entirely. But when he learns to see clearly, he builds relationships on mutual respect, not false hope. He moves with strength, not desperation. He understands that attraction isn't just about desire, it's about timing, trust, and shared energy. This knowledge gives you an edge, but more than that, it gives you peace of mind. A Stoic man doesn't need games. He simply sees the truth, and the truth sets him apart. So stay with me. By the end of this video, you'll be equipped with the quiet power to read between the lines and finally understand what she's truly telling you without ever saying a word. And the reality is, women often communicate their attraction in ways that are non-verbal, and when you learn to read these cues, you unlock a whole new level of connection. Let's start with the psychology behind female attraction. Have you ever wondered why women are drawn to certain traits or behaviors? The answer lies in evolutionary psychology, and for centuries, women have been wired to seek qualities that signal strength, stability, and emotional security. This isn't just about physical strength. It's about traits like confidence, attentiveness, and the ability to create a safe emotional space. Here's the fascinating part. While men often respond to visual cues, women are more likely to be influenced by emotional and psychological triggers. What does that mean for you? It means that what truly matters to most women isn't the car you drive or the brand of your watch, it's how you make them feel. When a woman feels seen, heard, and valued, it activates a deep sense of connection that goes beyond physical attraction. But here's where things get tricky. Attraction isn't always straightforward. Women often communicate interest through subtle behaviors, and missing these cues can lead to confusion or missed opportunities. That's why understanding these signals is essential. When you can recognize the difference between genuine attraction and casual friendliness, you gain the confidence to act appropriately and avoid missteps. The key is to focus on patterns. One behavior on its own might not mean much, but when you see multiple signs aligning, that's when you know there's something deeper going on. Sign 1. Playful teasing or flirting. This is the stage where things begin to take an exciting turn. If she's cracking jokes, playfully challenging you, or mock arguing about something trivial, it's a clear sign that she's into you. But why do women engage in this behavior? Well, flirting is not just about fun. It's a natural, instinctive way to build comfort and establish a unique bond between two people. When she teases you, it's not only a way to keep the conversation lively, but also to gauge your reaction and establish rapport. Psychologically, it's a tool for emotional connection, helping both individuals feel more comfortable around each other while also creating a sense of anticipation and excitement. Think of it as a game, one that brings the two of you closer together without any serious stakes. The key is that she's creating a space for playful interaction, one that invites you to engage with her on a deeper level while maintaining a sense of fun and lightness. How should you respond to this? The first rule is simple: match her energy. If she's teasing you in a light-hearted, playful manner, you should mirror that tone. Humor and confidence are the weapons you need. When you laugh at her teasing, it shows that you don't take yourself too seriously, and that's a very attractive trait. But be careful not to overdo it. Don't turn her playful jabs into a full-blown competition. The point is not to outdo her, but to create a back-and-forth exchange that stays fun and engaging. For example, if she teases you about your choice of drink, don't get defensive or upset. Laugh it off and throw a playful tease back her way, keeping the mood light and positive. This is your opportunity to show her your charismatic side and demonstrate that you're comfortable with yourself and the playful energy she's creating. It's crucial to avoid taking her teasing too seriously or getting defensive. If you react with frustration or defensiveness, you'll kill the playful vibe and create distance between you two. The goal here is to keep the interaction flowing with humor, not to turn it into a serious debate or competition. Think of it like this: the more you can laugh at yourself and roll with the playful punches, the more you'll show your emotional maturity and self-assuredness, both of which are incredibly attractive qualities. Keep in mind that this playful teasing isn't about putting anyone down. It's about building a connection and showing that you can take a joke and engage in light-hearted banter without any hard feelings. As ancient Stoic philosopher Seneca once said, "It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste much of it." Teasing, when done right, is a way of making the most of the time you spend with someone. It's a way to connect, create joy, and build that ever-important bond that can turn into something much deeper. So the next time she teases you, embrace it as an opportunity to show your humor, charm, and confidence. Remember that this is just one of the many subtle signs that she's interested in you, so don't overthink it. Just enjoy the moment and keep the energy light. As always, be yourself, but be the best version of yourself, and let the connection flow naturally. What do you think? Have you experienced playful teasing in your interactions with someone? Share your thoughts in the comments below. I'd love to hear your experiences. If you've made it this far, you're already ahead of the game. Most men miss these subtle signs and stay stuck in the cycle of confusion. Don't be one of them. Comment below: I'm ready to match her energy and take the next step in connecting. Sign 2. She tries to impress you. When a woman is into you, one of the most subtle signs you may notice is that she tries to impress you. She doesn't always make it obvious, but her actions and behavior often reveal a lot. Whether through her attire, mannerisms, or general demeanor, she will try to present herself in a way that leaves a positive impression on you. This could manifest in various forms, such as her dressing more elegantly when she knows she's going to see you, or subtly showing interest in the things that you care about. She might not directly express these intentions, but her body language and behavior are deliberately crafted to catch your attention, all while exuding an air of confidence and grace. For example, if you share an interest in a certain activity or topic, she may make an effort to learn about it, bringing it up in conversation or suggesting an outing related to it. It's not just about impressing you on the surface. It's about creating a connection through thoughtfulness and attentiveness to your likes and values. In a modern context, this could be seen in how she dresses or the small gestures she makes to align with your interests. Anything from choosing a specific style of clothing that she knows you find attractive to surprising you with knowledge about something that's important to you. She's putting effort into presenting her best self in ways that go beyond the superficial, signaling that she values your opinion and wants to make a positive impact on you. In line with ancient Stoic wisdom, it's important not to rush to judgment when you notice these subtle signs. A Stoic mindset encourages us to remain calm and observe without rushing into conclusions based on fleeting impressions. The key here is to appreciate her confidence and effort, but also to be mindful of the deeper qualities that truly matter in a relationship. It's easy to be swept up by appearances, but true connection lies in the compatibility of values, shared goals, and mutual respect. Therefore, when you sense that she is trying to impress you, take a moment to reflect on whether her actions align with your own beliefs and what you truly value in a partner. Do her efforts show signs of genuine interest, or are they merely surface-level attempts? Stoicism teaches us to look beyond the superficial and understand the deeper motivations behind actions. Rather than getting caught up in the moment, take a step back and assess her behavior from a place of calm awareness. The Stoic approach encourages patience and discernment, allowing you to assess the situation objectively without letting emotions cloud your judgment. If you're aware of her subtle attempts to impress, resist the urge to rush or make assumptions. Instead, recognize her confidence and self-assurance as a positive trait, but also be sure to evaluate the authenticity of your connection. Ask yourself if her behavior aligns with your values and whether there's a meaningful foundation on which to build a relationship. In the fast-paced world we live in today, it's easy to get caught up in the excitement of attraction and overlook the deeper qualities that lead to a lasting bond. Take your time, trust your instincts, and follow the Stoic path of thoughtful reflection. This balance of patience and awareness will guide you toward making wiser decisions in your relationships, focusing not just on how someone presents themselves, but on the true essence of who they are. Sign 3. Prioritizing time with you. When a woman is truly interested in you, one of the most significant and subtle ways she shows it is by prioritizing time with you, regardless of how busy her life may be. In today's fast-paced world, where everyone seems to be running in different directions, making time for someone is one of the clearest signals that you hold a special place in her life. It's not always about grand gestures or elaborate dates. Sometimes it's the simple, everyday actions, like a coffee date after a busy workday, last-minute weekend plans, or even a quick chat during her lunch break, that reveal her interest. These moments might seem small on the surface, but they carry a powerful message. They tell you that she's consciously carving out space for you in her life, which is an indicator of her genuine feelings. We all know that time is one of the most valuable and limited resources we have, and when she chooses to spend it with you, she's making a significant statement. You matter to me. She's saying that despite her demanding schedule or the pressures of daily life, she values your company enough to make time for you. It's easy to overlook these small moments, but they often carry more weight than we realize. They aren't just fleeting gestures. They are her way of saying she's interested in building a connection with you. In the hustle and bustle of modern life, it's rare for people to give away their time freely, especially when they have a lot on their plate. In fact, many people's lives are so filled with work, family commitments, and personal responsibilities that even a few minutes can feel like a sacrifice. So, when she prioritizes her time with you, whether it's arranging a coffee break amidst her busy day or clearing her schedule for you on a weekend, it shows a genuine level of care. She's showing that she's not just passing time with you, but intentionally investing it in your relationship. In a way, it's as if she's saying, out of everything else in my life, you're important enough to receive my most precious asset, my time. When she does this, it's a clear sign that her feelings are more than just casual interest. She's likely looking for a deeper, more meaningful connection with you. Now, if you find yourself in the fortunate position of having a woman prioritize time with you, it's important to acknowledge and appreciate her efforts. It might seem obvious, but it's easy to take such gestures for granted, especially if you're caught up in your own life and obligations. A simple "thank you for making time for me" can go a long way. It lets her know that you see the value in what she's offering and that you're grateful for the time and attention she's giving you. This simple recognition can strengthen the bond between you, showing that you don't take her efforts lightly. Acknowledgement can often be more powerful than any grand compliment because it reflects a deep understanding of the significance of the act. It shows that you are paying attention to her actions and that you recognize the importance of the connection you are building together. However, it's not just about her making the effort, it's also about your response. Relationships are built on mutual effort and understanding, and it's essential to reciprocate her time and attention. Being fully present when you are together is crucial. Don't just show up, engage with her emotionally and mentally. Put away distractions, such as your phone, and focus entirely on her. Make her feel heard, valued, and appreciated during your time together. This can be as simple as maintaining eye contact during conversation, asking thoughtful questions, or just being attentive to her needs and emotions. When you're engaged and present, it reinforces her decision to prioritize time with you and shows that you, too, care about the relationship. Moreover, when both partners are equally invested in making time for each other, the relationship becomes stronger and more fulfilling. The effort you both put in creates a deeper sense of trust and intimacy. It's not about the quantity of time spent together, but the quality and the mutual respect for each other's time and presence. In today's world, where distractions are constant and people are often overwhelmed by their responsibilities, being able to truly prioritize each other is a rare and valuable thing. So if she's making the effort to spend time with you, don't just accept it, acknowledge it, be grateful for it, and reciprocate it with the same level of care and attention. This is how you build a meaningful connection that can stand the test of time. Time spent together with mutual effort and appreciation lays the groundwork for a relationship that goes beyond the surface and creates a deeper, lasting bond. Sign 4. Active listening and engaged responses. A woman who is truly into you doesn't just hear your words, she feels them. She leans in, not because she's cold, but because your presence draws her like warmth in winter. Her eyes don't wander, her attention doesn't drift. She nods, she mirrors your gestures, she laughs, not out of politeness, but because something inside her wants to connect. That is no accident. That's psychology in action. The ancient Stoics understood this well. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "The soul becomes dyed with the colour of its thoughts." When a woman listens with full presence, she's letting your thoughts colour her world, if only for a moment. That's powerful. That's not random. That's not casual. And in this modern world where people scroll more than they speak, undivided attention is the rarest form of intimacy. She's not just responding, she's engaged. And that, my friend, is your signal, your cue, your moment. But here's the test. Will you rise to it or fade? A true Stoic doesn't chase. He attracts through presence, not performance. You don't need to overtalk. You don't need to impress. You need to listen back. Fully, deeply, intentionally. Look her in the eyes. Match her energy. Don't drift. Don't default to small talk. Ask questions that reveal soul, not surface. What drives you? What's something you believe deeply but rarely say? That's where real connection lives, and that's where attraction flourishes, not in tricks, but in truth, in your ability to remain rooted while the world spins around you. This is not about pretending to be interested. This is about being interested, because a woman who feels heard is a woman who opens up. You don't unlock the heart by force, you unlock it with focus. Remember this. Attention is the currency of connection. She invests it in you. That means something. Don't fumble it. Respond like a king who recognizes value when it's offered. If you've seen this in your life, comment below. I now see the signs clearly. And if this hit home, if it sparked something inside you, don't just scroll. Like the video, comment your thoughts, and subscribe to this channel, Stoicism Win, because this journey is just beginning. You're not just here to understand women, you're here to master yourself. Sign 5. She finds ways to be close to you. When a woman is truly attracted to you, one of the clearest signs will be her constant effort to be close to you. This isn't just by chance, it's a purposeful, deliberate action. She'll find ways to position herself near you, whether it's in a group setting, a meeting, or even just in passing. It's subtle, but it speaks volumes. For example, in a crowded room or a packed event, she might make it a point to sit next to you, even though there are plenty of empty seats around. This is more than a casual choice. It's a deliberate decision to create an opportunity for connection, to be close to you. She's drawn to your energy, to your presence, and she wants to feel that proximity. In the words of Marcus Aurelius, the best revenge is to be unlike him who performed the injury. This Stoic wisdom reminds us that our response to situations defines us. Remaining calm, measured, and in control is a reflection of our strength. If you notice the sign, don't rush to act immediately. Patience is a key Stoic virtue. and here it serves you well. Instead of diving in head first, take a moment to reflect and observe the situation with clarity. Just because someone shows interest doesn't mean you need to rush in. In fact, one of the most powerful actions you can take is to remain grounded, take your time, and let the connection evolve naturally. It's not about forcing anything. It's about creating space for genuine interaction, allowing things to unfold in their own time. The energy of mutual respect and understanding will always be more powerful than a rushed or forced connection. If you feel the same way, seize the opportunity to subtly reciprocate, but don't push it. Allow the natural rhythm of the relationship to lead the way. A strong connection doesn't need to be forced. It simply grows from moments like these. Sign 6. She remembers little details about you. When a woman is truly captivated by you, she will remember the smallest details you share with her, things that others might overlook, but not her. She will notice your preferences, the little stories you tell, and she'll often bring them up in future conversations, subtly reminding you that she's paying attention. This isn't just about remembering what you like, it's a reflection of deep admiration and genuine care for who you are at the core. Imagine you casually mention that you love a particular coffee shop. A few days later, she suggests going there with you as if by instinct. Or maybe you told her about your passion for travelling, and now she's asking about your favourite trips or dream destinations. These little moments show you that she's not just hearing your words, she's listening, really listening, because she wants to connect with you on a deeper level. The great Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius said, "The art of living is more like wrestling than dancing. It requires being ready for anything. Life is not just about the grand gestures, but about how we respond to the subtle, everyday moments. When someone remembers those tiny details, it's as if they're wrestling with the very essence of your being, trying to understand it fully, and appreciating it for what it is. This is what makes these signs so powerful. They go beyond surface-level interaction and reveal a level of care that is often rare and profound. In Stoic wisdom, we are taught to remain grounded in our own truth, to trust ourselves, and to not get lost in external validation. And yet, the Stoics also remind us that those who are truly in our corner will recognize the importance of the smallest details. It's not about grand gestures or sweeping romantic declarations. It's about showing up for each other in the quiet, everyday moments. It's in remembering what's important to the other person and making them feel seen and valued. When a woman is focused on these details, it's a sure sign she values you deeply, not just as a companion, but as someone she wants to understand on a profound level. What's the lesson here? Pay attention to those moments when she remembers something small you've shared. These are the moments that show you that she's not just interested in who you are now, but in who you truly are, down to your very core. It's the sign of someone who values your uniqueness and is willing to invest in getting to know you better. And just as the Stoics taught us, be confident in the details of your own life. Don't second-guess whether she cares about the small things you've said. She's listening, she's paying attention. And this is where real connection begins. So take note and respond accordingly. If she's showing you this level of interest, it's a sign to act, whether it's deepening your connection or simply acknowledging the effort she's putting into remembering what matters to you. As the great Seneca once said, "Time heals what reason cannot." Don't let this opportunity pass by. Act on it. Be bold, be confident, and recognize when someone truly cares. If you've ever experienced this type of attention, let us know. Like, comment, and share your experiences. How did it feel to know someone was truly listening? What did you do next? Share your thoughts below. And if you're ready to win over your dream girl, please comment, "I'm ready to conquer," so we can move on to the next part. Sign 7. Building connections. Why she's paying attention to you on social media. In today's digital world, where interactions are often initiated through screens, the subtle signs of attraction are no longer just confined to physical proximity. One of the most powerful indicators that a woman might be interested in you can be found in the seemingly innocuous gestures she makes on social media. While you might overlook the significance of these digital exchanges, they are actually a modern form of flirting, an early step in creating a bond. If a woman constantly likes your posts, comments thoughtfully, or views your stories within moments of you posting them, it's not random. It's not just a friendly gesture either. It's a signal, loud and clear, that she's interested in your world. Just like in the days of old, when a lingering glance or a casual touch might indicate interest, today's digital touches, her interaction with your online content, reveal much about her feelings towards you. She might tag you in memes, send you reels that remind her of your conversations, or react to your posts, even when there's no clear reason to do so. These actions are subtle, yet they hold weight. It's her way of staying connected to you, remaining present in your life, and most importantly, keeping the door open for further interaction. In a world where we're bombarded by countless notifications and posts, if she's consistently engaging with you, it's a sign that you stand out to her. Why is this so important? The answer lies in the psychology of attention. Think about it. Attention is one of the most valuable things we can give or receive. It's easy to let your eyes wander, to scroll through a feed without truly noticing the posts that pop up. But when someone truly catches your interest, you begin to focus on them, even if it's only digitally. When a woman engages with your social media content, it's a low-risk, high-reward way for her to stay in your life, observe your reactions, and gauge your interest without the vulnerability of direct confrontation. In the past, subtle physical signs, like a smile, a glance, or even the way a woman might position herself around you, would have been the indicators of attraction. Today, these small acts of digital attention have replaced those traditional gestures, and she's still looking for the same validation. Does he notice me? Does he care? The great Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "The soul becomes dyed with the colour of its thoughts." If you're receiving consistent attention from her online, it's not random. It's because she's thinking about you. She's checking your profile, staying in touch with your updates, and quietly signalling that she's interested in you, even without saying a word. These digital engagements, though seemingly insignificant in the moment, are actually profound expressions of her desire to be closer to you. The digital world has made it easier than ever for people to express their interest in each other without the fear of rejection. And if she's taking that step to consistently interact with you, it's because she wants to know if you'll respond. Now, let's talk about how you should respond. The worst thing you can do is to treat these interactions as if they're meaningless or irrelevant. When you see that she's liked your post or commented on your story, don't just double tap and move on. That's passive and it shows disinterest. Instead, engage back. Don't just acknowledge her interaction. Respond with genuine curiosity. Ask follow-up questions, start a conversation, or share something meaningful in return. This exchange goes beyond just the surface level. It creates a foundation of comfort and understanding that can transform from a digital interaction into a real-world connection. Think of it as the first steps of building trust and intimacy. By engaging back thoughtfully and consistently, you begin to show her that you're not just interested in her as a person, but that you value the connection you're building. However, be cautious. Not every like, comment, or story view is a sign of attraction. In a digital world flooded with fleeting interactions, it's easy to fall into the trap of thinking that every simple act of engagement carries deep meaning. But if she's engaging with you intentionally and consistently, if her responses are thoughtful and her engagement is regular, it's a clear indication that she sees something in you and wants to see where it could go. Look for patterns, not isolated actions. If she reacts to your posts only once in a while, it may simply be out of politeness or habit. But if there's a consistent effort, if she's taking time out of her day to interact with your content regularly, then you can be sure that her interest is genuine. And let me be clear, the key here is not just to notice her engagement, but to respond. You cannot afford to be passive in today's world of online interactions. If you want to see if she's truly interested, take the next step and engage with intention. Respond to her comments with more than just a thanks or a simple acknowledgement. Dive deeper, show your curiosity, and offer meaningful replies that make her feel like you're genuinely paying attention. This is how you turn digital attention into a real-world connection. She's waiting for you to make the move. Remember, social media is a tool, a powerful tool to connect people. But it's what you do with it that matters. You've been given an opportunity to engage, so take it. Like, comment, reply, but do it with intent. Don't let this chance slip by. As the famous philosopher Seneca once said, luck is what happens when preparation meets opportunity. The opportunity is right in front of you, and how you respond will determine whether this connection evolves or fades into the background. Don't let hesitation or doubt hold you back. Seize the moment, engage with power, and watch how the relationship unfolds. If you found this valuable, like, comment below, and share it with someone who could benefit. And positive affirmation to comment. I am confident, attentive, and capable of building strong connections. Sign 8. Subtle touches. One of the most subtle yet powerful indicators that a woman is drawn to you can be found in the delicate gestures of physical touch. At first glance, these touches may appear innocent, nothing more than casual, passing interactions. But in reality, they often speak volumes. Imagine you're engaged in a conversation, and during a particularly interesting or heartfelt moment, she brushes her hand ever so lightly against yours. It's not a forceful grab or a flirtatious lunge. It's a gentle graze that feels almost like an accident, yet there's intention behind it. Or perhaps during a deeper discussion, she places her hand on your arm to emphasize a point, a touch so natural it doesn't feel out of place. Or maybe you crack a joke, and as she laughs, she casually places her hand on your shoulder or lightly touches your back. While none of these gestures would seem significant in a world where physical contact is everywhere, in the realm of human connection, they are powerfully telling signs. They're not accidental. They are her way of silently expressing comfort and, more importantly, a desire to connect on a deeper level. From a psychological perspective, touch is often considered a language in itself. It can be a bridge between emotional and physical attraction, especially in situations where verbal communication might not fully capture what someone is feeling. The way she reaches out to touch you, whether it's the lightest tap or a more intentional rest of her hand, is often an unconscious effort to create a bond. She might not even realize it, but through these small gestures, she's signaling something deeper. For a Stoic man who values self-control and the ability to observe rather than react impulsively, understanding this is essential. A woman's touch isn't just physical, it carries emotional weight. It's her way of expressing an unspoken desire to be closer to you, to bridge the gap between two souls. And as a man grounded in Stoic wisdom, your response to such gestures must be thoughtful and measured, never overblown or hasty, but always respectful and in tune with the moment. When you sense that subtle touch, a brush of the hand, a gentle tap on your arm, a soft hand resting on your shoulder, it's important not to rush into a reaction. Don't read too much into it immediately, but don't ignore it either. There's no need for dramatic escalation or overly eager reciprocation. A Stoic strength lies not in reaction, but in response. The way you choose to respond should reflect both your awareness of her gesture and your respect for her space. If she touches your arm to emphasize a point, the natural and respectful response could be mirroring that gentle touch. Maybe, when speaking, you place a hand lightly on her shoulder to acknowledge that you're in sync with her thoughts, not as a push for something more, but as a subtle signal that you two are comfortable and connected. This shows that you're aware of the energy between you without forcing anything to go beyond what feels natural. Remember, the beauty of these subtle touches is in their simplicity. The Stoic approach here is to allow these moments to unfold naturally, without haste, without overthinking, but simply being present and letting the connection happen in its own time. In today's fast-paced, often distracted world, genuine moments of physical connection can be rare, so it's essential to recognize their significance when they appear. These subtle touches carry meaning that words often fail to express. When she touches you, whether it's a light brush of the hand or a brief rest of her palm on your arm, it's not just about physical closeness, it's about emotional vulnerability, trust, and an invitation to draw closer to one another. A woman doesn't have to say anything. Her touch says it all. It's an offering of comfort, an indication that she feels safe and seen in your presence, and perhaps, though not necessarily, a sign that her feelings toward you are growing. As a Stoic, you understand that life is full of moments of fleeting beauty, and part of living wisely is being able to recognize these moments without feeling the need to control them. Don't rush to define the touch, nor rush to act upon it immediately. Instead, let it sit with you. Reflect on it without forcing meaning into it. Let it breathe and allow the connection between you to unfold at its own pace. The art of touch is subtle, and the wisdom of responding with respect, patience, and grace is what will set you apart. A woman's touch, after all, is a form of communication that speaks volumes without saying a word. And as a Stoic man, your strength lies in your ability to listen, to observe, and to respond in a way that honours both the gesture and the connection it signifies. So, when you find yourself in a moment where a woman's touch lingers just a little longer than expected, don't panic. Don't overthink it. Recognise it for what it is, an invitation to connect, a subtle yet powerful signal that she feels safe with you and may be open to exploring something deeper. Be present in the moment, mirror the gesture if appropriate, and above all, let the connection unfold naturally, guided by your calm and stoic nature. Because sometimes, in the simplest of touches, a brush, a tap, a soft hand on your arm, a deeper bond is being formed, one that speaks more clearly than any words ever could. Sign 9. Genuine eye contact. One of the most quietly powerful signs a woman is truly into you lies not in her words, but in her eyes. It's ancient, it's primal, and it speaks volumes. When a woman holds your gaze just a moment longer than what's considered casual, that pause, so subtle it could be missed by the untrained eye, carries a weight of unspoken feeling. This isn't just a glance, it's a look that lingers, deliberate and full of intent. Her pupils may dilate slightly, her expression softens, and there's a sense of warmth as if she's letting down a guarded part of herself. This is not about seduction. It's about connection. Eye contact, as the Stoics would recognize, is a mirror of the soul. As Epictetus once said, we have 2 ears and 1 mouth so that we can listen twice as much as we speak. But in moments of silence, the eyes do all the listening and all the speaking. In those seconds of prolonged eye contact, she's silently saying, "I see you. I acknowledge your presence. I want you to notice me too." In this age of distractions and performative gestures, such unfiltered connection is rare and meaningful. It shows vulnerability, trust, and a willingness to be seen. That kind of moment is where old wisdom meets modern understanding. As Marcus Aurelius wrote, the soul becomes dyed with the colour of its thoughts. When her thoughts are drawn to you, her eyes will reflect it, if you are present enough to notice. And that's the challenge, to be present, not lost in desire, not distracted by insecurity, but anchored in your own quiet confidence. So when you sense this happening, meet her gaze, not with arrogance or neediness, but with composed awareness. Let your eyes speak back, calm and assured. Add a small, real smile, not forced, to show you are engaged and you're not afraid of intimacy. It's a dance of energy, not domination. It's respect, gentle, mutual. Just as the Stoics taught us to master ourselves before trying to understand others, you must first observe without rushing, without overthinking. Be still, and the signs will reveal themselves. Now ask yourself, have you ever experienced this kind of gaze from a woman? Did you notice it or dismiss it? Share your story in the comments. Your experience might be the very thing another man needs to hear to recognize his own moment. Sign 10. She laughs more when she's around you. When a woman smiles more in your presence, it is often a subtle yet clear sign of attraction, a sign that her natural instinct to feel comfortable and joyful in your company is kicking in. Her laughter is not merely because of your humour, though that can play a part. It is also the unspoken signal that she enjoys being near you. It is the essence of being at ease with someone, and that comfort, paired with her joy, reflects a deeper connection that is growing between you. You might notice that during conversations, she laughs more often, even at the simplest of things you say. It could be as simple as a shared glance, a moment where her eyes meet yours, and she can't help but smile. Or perhaps when you do something playful that makes her laugh out loud. These moments of genuine, spontaneous joy are not accidental. They are signals of her growing affection and interest in you. Imagine this. You're sitting together, maybe discussing something light-hearted or mundane, and suddenly, there it is. Her smile. Not just any smile, but one that lights up the room. A smile that says, "I enjoy being with you and I feel at ease." In this moment, you can almost feel that silent language being spoken between you, where words aren't necessary. This is where ancient Stoic wisdom beautifully comes into play. Keep your calm and your confidence. As Stoicism teaches, we must master our reactions and remain unshaken by external circumstances. Don't let this smile, this sign of attraction, push you into a state of anxiety or self-doubt. Stay grounded, stay yourself, and let her be drawn to the real, genuine version of you. In modern life, especially in the realm of dating and relationships, it's easy to overanalyze and assume that every smile or laugh has a deeper meaning. However, the Stoic way encourages us to avoid jumping to conclusions or altering our behavior for the sake of seeking approval. Instead, let her natural reactions guide you. If she smiles more in your presence, it's a clear sign that you are doing something right, simply by being yourself. Don't feel the need to perform or put on an act to make her laugh. True connection comes from authenticity, not from trying to force a particular outcome. The more you remain calm and true to who you are, the more comfortable she will feel, and the more you will experience these moments of laughter and joy together. So, while a woman laughing more in your presence may seem like a small detail, it carries weight. It's not just about a fleeting moment of happiness. It's about a growing connection, an indication that she feels relaxed and happy in your company. Just as the Stoics would advise, maintain your composure, let things unfold naturally, and enjoy the moments of laughter without trying to force them. After all, authenticity and calmness are the keys to building a deeper and more meaningful connection. Comment to remember. I will pay attention to your smile. Sign 11. She asks personal questions. When a woman is genuinely interested in you, she will often ask personal questions, not out of curiosity for gossip, but rather to understand you on a deeper level. These aren't the type of questions you'd expect in casual conversation. They go far beyond the usual surface-level interactions. She might ask about your dreams, your past, and what you truly think about important topics such as family, career, or your personal values. The underlying purpose of these questions is to foster a real connection with you, to understand who you truly are, not just the version of you that the world sees at first glance. Think of it as her way of saying, "I want to know the person behind the smile, the one with deep hopes, fears, and aspirations." This kind of questioning signals that she's not just interested in small talk or superficial interaction, but in discovering the real you, the person with depth and authenticity. Why does this matter? Psychologically speaking, when someone takes the time to ask meaningful and personal questions, it shows that they're emotionally invested in you. They want to understand your perspective on life, not just your opinions on the weather or the latest sports game. This is a crucial sign that she wants to connect on a level that goes far beyond fleeting interactions. As a Stoic man, you can appreciate the significance of this, knowing that genuine connection comes from mutual understanding. As Marcus Aurelius once said, "What stands in the way becomes the way," meaning that true connection isn't about avoiding vulnerability, but about embracing it and growing from it. These questions are an invitation to reveal your inner world, to share what matters most to you with someone who's willing to listen. So, how should you respond? The Stoic approach here is simple. Engage in these conversations with honesty and don't shy away from vulnerability. A Stoic man doesn't fear opening up, for he knows that vulnerability isn't a weakness, it's a strength. It's an opportunity to show the real you and create a deeper, more authentic bond. Answer her questions thoughtfully, allowing the conversation to flow naturally and without hesitation. But, as much as it's important to share your own thoughts and experiences, don't forget the other half of this equation, listening. True connection is never one-sided. It's about give and take, about sharing your thoughts while being open and attentive to hers as well. When you listen with intention and speak with sincerity, you create a balanced and meaningful connection, one that allows both of you to explore the depths of who you are as individuals and as a pair. In the real world, this can play out in many ways. For example, if she asks about your childhood or your goals for the future, it's not just idle curiosity. She's trying to understand your core beliefs and values. Don't be afraid to share the experiences that shaped you, but also be sure to ask her similar questions. The conversation should be reciprocal, about building mutual trust and respect. The more open you are, the more she will feel comfortable sharing her own thoughts and feelings, which strengthens the bond between you both. It's a dance of vulnerability and connection, where both people engage with each other authentically, and the relationship deepens naturally over time. The key takeaway here is that these personal questions are a window into the kind of relationship she wants to build with you, one that is grounded in emotional depth and genuine understanding. It's a way for her to see beyond the surface and connect with the person you are inside. As you navigate these conversations, remember the Stoic principle of being in control of what is within your power, and in this case that means controlling how open and authentic you are with her. It's about embracing the opportunity to build something meaningful and real, rooted in trust and mutual respect. So as you move forward in this connection, embrace these moments of vulnerability. Don't see them as a threat or an invasion, but as a chance to deepen the bond and show her who you really are. And remember, a Stoic man knows that true power lies in understanding himself, and by sharing that understanding, he invites others to do the same. The more you reveal, the more you allow her to connect with you on a deeper level, and in turn, the more you will learn about her as well. This is the foundation of any lasting connection, built on the solid ground of mutual respect, trust, and shared vulnerability. Sign 12. She mirrors your body language. When a woman mirrors your body language, it's one of the most powerful yet subtle signs that she's genuinely drawn to you. This behaviour, where she instinctively mimics your gestures, posture, or even movements, isn't something she's consciously doing to impress you. Rather, it's a natural and subconscious response that happens when two people are emotionally connected. It's almost like a hidden dance, one that doesn't need words or overt actions, but speaks volumes about the depth of the connection between the two of you. Picture this. As you lean forward in conversation, she does the same without thinking twice. Or, when you cross your legs, she mirrors the position as if drawn by an invisible force. It's not just about copying, it's about syncing with each other's energy in such a way that there's a harmonious flow between you both. She's signalling her comfort, trust, and growing attraction towards you, all without uttering a single word. Psychologically, this is rooted in the concept of rapport, an unspoken bond that develops between people who feel safe, comfortable, and aligned emotionally. Mirroring body language is one of the clearest subconscious ways our minds express this connection. It shows that she's not just physically present in the moment, but is emotionally attuned to your presence. When you notice this kind of behaviour, it's a sign that she feels drawn to you on a deeper level. This is more than just about mimicking movements. It's about a shared rhythm and an alignment of energies. It's as if her mind and heart are instinctively echoing yours, signalling that she's comfortable and genuinely invested in the interaction. She's showing you that she's not just there physically, but that she's emotionally engaged, invested, and open to what's unfolding between you. Now, as a modern Stoic, you know that true connections aren't forced or rushed. The beauty of any relationship lies in its natural unfolding. And this is exactly where the magic of Stoic wisdom comes into play. Stoicism teaches us the power of being present, of letting go of the need to control every moment, and instead allowing things to unfold organically. When you notice her mirroring you, it's an invitation to be your truest self. It's not about performing, impressing, or over-analyzing her every move. Instead, embrace the moment with steadiness, confidence, and authenticity. Just as Stoics teach us to master our reactions, now is the time to master your calmness and presence. Don't overthink this connection or try to force it into something it's not. Allow it to grow at its own pace, organically and naturally, because that's where the deepest and most meaningful bonds are created. Furthermore, this mirroring also speaks to something deeper: emotional safety. Women are drawn to men who make them feel secure, not just physically, but emotionally. When she mirrors your body language, it's a sign that she feels at ease in your presence. It's a subtle yet profound sign of trust. She's allowing herself to be vulnerable with you, even in the smallest ways, like unconsciously echoing your movements. This kind of behavior shows that she's not just comfortable, but that she's starting to build a deeper emotional connection with you. This is where your role as a Stoic comes into play. By staying calm, steady, and confident, you reinforce the emotional safety she feels around you. It's not about forcing a deeper connection, but rather about letting her feel secure enough to open up and mirror your energy naturally. And this, my friend, is where the true beauty lies. When two people come together not by force or by artificial effort, but by the natural alignment of their energies. Mirroring body language is a powerful yet gentle sign that something deeper is happening beneath the surface. When you notice it, don't overanalyze it or try to figure out her every move. Instead, recognize it for what it is: an unspoken sign that she's comfortable, attracted to you, and emotionally invested in the connection. Respond by continuing to be steady and present. Don't rush it. Let the connection unfold naturally and without pressure. Embrace the subtle beauty of the moment and let it grow at its own pace. If you remain confident, calm, and true to yourself, the bond will strengthen and the attraction will only deepen. The key to all of this is patience and self-awareness. Mirroring is just one sign of many that a woman may give when she's interested, but it's one of the most authentic and telling. In a world where people are often caught up in external validation and superficial connections, there's something incredibly powerful about a connection that arises naturally. By being present and patient, you create an environment where this kind of connection can thrive. Trust in the process, remain steady in who you are, and watch as the attraction grows stronger. The truth is, relationships that are built on mutual trust and emotional alignment, like the mirroring of body language, are the ones that last. So, continue to be present, confident and true to yourself, and let the connection deepen with every subtle, unconscious, mirroring moment. What to do when a woman likes you? When you start noticing signs that a woman is into you, how do you know what to do next? It's natural to feel excited, curious, and maybe even a bit nervous. You might find yourself wondering, does she like me? Or am I just imagining things? Or, how do I respond to these signs without overreacting? It can be easy to misread signals, or, on the other hand, rush into action too soon. For example, if she's texting you more often or making excuses to spend time with you, should you immediately take that as a green light to confess your feelings? Or is there a better way to approach the situation? This is where Stoic wisdom comes in. Stoicism teaches us the importance of remaining calm and composed, no matter what's happening around us. When a woman shows signs that she likes you, it's an opportunity to practice patience, emotional control, and thoughtful action. The goal isn't to rush or force anything, but to build a strong foundation of mutual respect and trust. Think about it. Have you ever found yourself reading into every little thing a woman does or says? You might have been overly eager to know if she feels the same way, or you may have acted on impulse to secure her interest. It's a common reaction, but it's not the most effective way to build a meaningful connection. Instead, ask yourself, how can you respond in a way that reflects your confidence, emotional maturity, and respect for her feelings? By applying the principles of Stoicism, you can learn to observe her actions with clarity and respond thoughtfully, ensuring that the relationship evolves naturally without unnecessary pressure. Now let's explore exactly what you can do when you notice those signs of attraction, so you can approach the situation with confidence and ease. 1. Don't rush to act. When you notice signs that a woman is attracted to you, it's essential to take your time before acting. In today's fast-paced world, many people rush into relationships or overanalyze early signs of interest. However, Stoicism teaches that true strength lies in patience and measured action. It's crucial to resist the urge to act impulsively out of excitement or insecurity. By slowing down and thinking carefully, you create space for clarity and understanding. For instance, if you sense that a woman is interested but aren't sure of her feelings yet, don't rush to make a bold move like confessing your emotions right away. Instead, focus on building a deeper connection gradually. You don't need to push for immediate results, but let things evolve naturally. Example: imagine you've just been on a couple of dates and you're sensing some chemistry, but you're not certain if it's mutual. Instead of immediately texting her with a declaration of how you feel, take your time and keep the connection casual, focusing on getting to know each other better. By not rushing, you allow both of you to grow more comfortable and see if the attraction is genuine. 2. Strengthen the connection through active listening. Active listening is more than just hearing words. It's about understanding the emotions behind what is being said. When a woman shows interest in you, it's essential to be fully engaged in the conversation. For example, if she shares a story about a difficult situation at work, instead of just nodding, ask follow-up questions like, "How did that make you feel?" Or, "What was going through your mind during that time?" This shows that you're not just hearing her words, but you're genuinely interested in her thoughts and emotions. When you engage in meaningful conversation, you create a deeper emotional connection. A woman wants to feel heard and understood, not just talked to. A Stoic approach here is to listen with full attention, without interrupting or getting distracted by your own thoughts or phones. This is an important way to build trust and intimacy in a relationship. Example: imagine you're having a casual conversation and she mentions that she's been feeling stressed lately. Rather than offering solutions or advice immediately, take a moment to acknowledge her feelings by saying, "I can imagine how overwhelming that must feel. How are you handling it?" This gives her the space to share more and shows you're actively listening and emotionally present. 3. Build trust. Trust is the foundation of any meaningful relationship, and it's something that takes time to build. When a woman shows signs that she is into you, it's an opportunity to demonstrate your reliability and consistency. Stoic philosophy teaches us the importance of being true to our word and following through on commitments. Trust develops when both partners feel safe with one another and know that their words and actions align. For example, if you say you'll meet her at a specific time or do something for her, make sure you follow through. Even small gestures like showing up on time or being consistent in your actions will build trust over time. On the other hand, failing to follow through, being inconsistent, or showing signs of disrespect will quickly erode any potential for a strong relationship. Example: let's say she shares a personal story or concern with you. If you genuinely listen and show understanding, you build trust. Additionally, if you promise to help with something, whether it's sending her a recommendation for a book or helping her with a small task, make sure to follow through. This will demonstrate that you can be counted on, making her feel more secure in your relationship. 4. Maintain confidence and independence. Confidence and independence are highly attractive qualities, not just in relationships, but in life. Stoic wisdom emphasizes maintaining emotional control and focusing on what you can control, which includes your own personal growth and well-being. When a woman shows interest in you, don't let that affect your sense of self. Keep pursuing your passions, hobbies, and goals. This will not only make you more attractive, but also show that you have a life outside of her, which is key in developing a healthy dynamic. For example, if you've been working on a personal project or fitness goal, and she notices, take pride in sharing your progress without needing her approval. This subtly signals that you're not dependent on her for validation, which creates more respect and attraction. Example: let's say you're working on a side project, like learning to play the guitar, and she asks about it. You could respond confidently, "I've been practicing for a few months now, and I'm getting pretty good. I'm aiming to play a song by the end of this month." This shows that you are dedicated to your growth, independent of her, which makes you more intriguing and shows you're focused on what you 5. Respond with subtlety and thoughtfulness. When you sense that a woman is interested in you, responding with subtlety and thoughtfulness is key. Stoicism teaches us to maintain a calm and composed demeanor, which can be incredibly attractive. Responding too eagerly or with dramatic gestures may make you seem desperate, while a measured and thoughtful response signals confidence and emotional maturity. Instead of overreacting to her advances or signs of attraction, focus on responding in a way that acknowledges her interest without making it the sole focus of your interactions. Be mindful of her boundaries and avoid forcing anything too quickly. The goal is to engage her without overwhelming her. Example: if she compliments you on something, instead of responding with exaggerated praise, simply acknowledge it calmly. For example, if she says, "You look great today," you could say, "Thanks. I appreciate that." This simple acknowledgement conveys confidence and appreciation without overemphasizing the compliment. 5. Respond with subtlety and thoughtfulness. When you sense that a woman is interested in you, responding with subtlety and thoughtfulness is key. Stoicism teaches us to maintain a calm and composed demeanor, which can be incredibly attractive. Responding too eagerly or with dramatic gestures may make you seem desperate, while a measured and thoughtful response signals confidence and emotional maturity. Instead of overreacting to her advances or signs of attraction, focus on responding in a way that acknowledges her interest without making it the sole focus of your interactions. Be mindful of her boundaries and avoid forcing anything too quickly. The goal is to engage her without overwhelming her. Example: if she compliments you on something, instead of responding with exaggerated praise, simply acknowledge it calmly. For example, if she says, "You look great today," you could say, "Thanks. I appreciate that." This simple acknowledgement conveys confidence and appreciation without overemphasizing the compliment. 6. Control your emotions. When a woman shows interest in you, it can be exhilarating, even overwhelming. But if you want to stand out, remember this: emotional control is your ultimate weapon. This concept, rooted deeply in Stoic philosophy, is not about suppressing your emotions or pretending they don't exist. It's about choosing not to let your emotions control you. We often get caught up in the thrill of attraction, excitement, or even anxiety about the future. But a true Stoic understands the power of calm, deliberate action. Emotional control allows you to respond, not react. Think of a man who's been in the game for years, a seasoned veteran who has seen all kinds of situations unfold, who knows that his emotional state doesn't define him. Instead of being ruled by the ebb and flow of emotions, he remains steady, grounded, and in control of his actions. This is how you should approach any situation where a woman is showing interest. Take a compliment, for instance. It's easy to feel flattered, maybe even overwhelmed, when a woman says something nice about your appearance or personality. The impulse might be to deflect or overpraise her in return, seeking validation to ease the rising tide of emotion. But remember, true strength is in restraint. When she compliments you, acknowledge it with a genuine, calm smile and a simple thank you. No need for long-winded replies or awkward back and forths. Acknowledge her words, but let the moment pass naturally, maintaining the emotional equilibrium. This not only demonstrates your maturity, but also your confidence. You're not clinging to every little sign of approval because you are secure in yourself. Consider the situation when she pulls back or seems distant. The typical reaction for many men is to jump to conclusions, to overanalyze her behavior, or even feel insecure. But this is where emotional control becomes a game changer. Instead of becoming anxious, questioning every little gesture or text message, remember this. Attraction builds over time, and emotions are transient. What may seem like distance could simply be a momentary shift, not a reflection of her true feelings. By remaining calm, confident, and understanding, you prevent yourself from spiraling into unnecessary doubt or frustration. Here's a story to illustrate. Imagine you're on a date and she compliments your outfit. Your immediate instinct might be to laugh it off, perhaps to deflect or change the subject out of nervousness. Instead, take a deep breath, steady your emotions, and respond with a smile. I'm glad you like it. I feel comfortable in this. Simple, poised, confident. That's how a Stoic reacts. In this moment, you're showing that you don't need constant validation to feel good about yourself. This approach speaks volumes about your emotional strength and maturity. It builds an impression of you as a man who doesn't seek approval from others, a man who is comfortable in his own skin, who does not get shaken by the opinions of others, not even when they are positive. The beauty of emotional control is that it radiates strength and maturity. It speaks to a woman on a deeper level, making you more attractive and more desirable. Why? Because people, women in particular, are drawn to individuals who are stable, who don't waver in the face of excitement or conflict, who can stay calm when others panic. When you don't let your emotions dictate your behavior, you exude confidence, the kind of quiet, powerful confidence that builds trust and respect. Emotional control isn't just about holding back. It's about knowing yourself so well that you don't need to prove anything. You don't need to react. You don't need validation. And you certainly don't need to impress anyone. You are already in control, and that is a rare, magnetic quality. As Marcus Aurelius, one of the greatest Stoic philosophers, wisely said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." This quote captures the essence of emotional control perfectly. The world outside may present challenges, but it's your response to those challenges that defines you. So, when faced with a compliment, a question, or even a distance in communication, resist the urge to overreact. Take a moment to breathe, gather yourself, and respond with the quiet confidence that comes from emotional control. Stay grounded, stay calm, and always maintain a sense of self-worth that isn't reliant on anyone else's opinion. It's this inner strength, this ability to control your emotions, that will set you apart and help you build lasting, meaningful connections with women who respect and admire your grounded confidence. Remember this, emotional control isn't just about staying calm, it's about mastering yourself. When you master your emotions, you'll find yourself attracting not just attention, but genuine admiration. Take this wisdom with you and approach every situation with the Stoic mindset. Calm, composed, and in full control. Your ability to stay steady in the face of emotional turmoil will not only strengthen your relationships, but also elevate you as a man who is truly in command of his life. 7. Respect her space. Respecting her space is a fundamental pillar in building a healthy, lasting relationship. Often, men overlook the importance of giving a woman the room she needs to maintain her sense of independence, especially when she's showing interest. But what many fail to realize is that true emotional strength in a relationship, according to Stoic philosophy, comes from not relying on others for constant validation or attention. Stoicism teaches us the value of emotional resilience, the ability to remain grounded and composed, no matter the circumstances. This is crucial because, in any relationship, both individuals must maintain their autonomy, allowing each other the freedom to grow independently. When a woman expresses interest, it's not a signal to smother her with affection or demands. Instead, it's a cue for you to be strong enough to respect her individuality. If she steps back for a bit, or needs some time for herself, it's essential not to take it personally or apply pressure. The healthiest relationships are those built on mutual understanding, where both partners are comfortable in their own space and with their own thoughts, without constantly seeking validation or reassurance. Take a moment to reflect on this. In any connection, two people need to feel secure enough in themselves to share without needing the other to constantly affirm their worth. Emotional dependency on each other can stifle growth and create unnecessary tension. Imagine this scenario. After spending a lot of time together, she seems a bit distant or less responsive. Instead of reacting with frustration or confusion, understand that her pulling back could be a natural need for space, not a reflection of her feelings towards you. This is where you must embody Stoic wisdom, remain calm, composed, and give her the room she requires. Don't seek constant contact or demand an explanation. Instead, send her a simple, respectful message, like, "I hope you're doing well. Let me know if you need anything or if you'd like to chat." This demonstrates not only that you respect her space, but also that you remain emotionally secure, giving her the option to connect when she's ready, without feeling pressured. By doing this, you open the door for a deeper connection, built on mutual respect and understanding, where neither of you feels obligated to be constantly engaged. In today's fast-paced world, this advice is even more relevant, as personal space has become increasingly rare. People tend to get caught up in the digital whirlwind of constant communication, but this only breeds insecurity and exhaustion. Showing her that you can respect her space without feeling threatened is a sign of maturity and emotional intelligence. And remember, the Stoics remind us that true strength comes not from what we demand of others, but from our ability to stand strong in the face of uncertainty, allowing others the freedom to be who they are. By practicing this principle, you'll not only show her respect, but also create a foundation of trust that can weather any storm. 8. Allow the relationship to develop slowly. When it comes to relationships, one of the wisest things you can do is allow the connection to evolve at its own pace. Rushing things or trying to force a relationship into a specific mold can create unnecessary pressure and undermine the potential for something genuine and lasting. Stoicism, as a philosophy, teaches us the value of patience and steady progress. It's not about striving to make something happen, but rather about allowing time and circumstance to reveal the true nature of the relationship. Think about it. Great things are rarely rushed. The best relationships are often the ones that develop gradually, where both individuals have the opportunity to truly understand each other's values, desires, and unique qualities. By taking your time and allowing the relationship to unfold naturally, you're setting yourself up for a far more sustainable and fulfilling bond. This approach also allows both partners to grow individually and together, strengthening the foundation of trust and mutual respect before diving into any serious commitments. For instance, imagine you've been seeing someone casually for a few weeks. Things are going well, but there's no rush to label the relationship or make drastic decisions. Instead of jumping to a conversation about exclusivity or the future, simply enjoy the moments you have together. Share experiences, enjoy each other's company, and let the connection deepen in its own time. As both of you grow more comfortable with each other, the bond will naturally become stronger and you'll begin to feel more secure. The relationship will evolve naturally without any unnecessary pressure, leading to a stronger foundation when you're ready to take the next step. This approach reflects the timeless wisdom of Stoicism, to remain steady, calm, and focused on what you can control, rather than pushing for something before it's time. It's the slow and steady progress that often leads to the greatest rewards. As the famous Stoic philosopher Epictetus once said, "Wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants." In a relationship, true wealth is not about rushing to define it, but rather about allowing it to grow with mutual understanding, respect, and patience. Rushing to reach a destination in love can often be a sign of insecurity or impatience, traits that do not serve the relationship in the long run. Instead, allow yourself the grace of patience, and you will find that the relationship naturally reaches the level of commitment that feels right for both of you. Let it breathe, let it grow, and let it evolve naturally at the pace that feels comfortable for both parties involved. Real-life relationships require time to nurture and cultivate trust. It's easy to want to rush into a deep commitment, but relationships aren't like building a house. They don't have an instant blueprint. You can't fast-track genuine connection. And if you've been in a rush before, you know the consequences. Pressure builds, expectations soar, and inevitably, the connection can suffer. But with patience, your relationship can grow to be something profound and lasting. Take a step back and resist the urge to rush into any serious decisions too soon. This doesn't mean ignoring the other person's needs or playing games, but rather honoring the natural rhythm of how a meaningful connection develops. Keep communication open and honest, but allow the relationship to evolve at a pace that feels right for both of you. Allowing the relationship to develop at its own pace isn't just a matter of patience, but of trust. It's trusting that both of you are capable of growing together without forcing the process. As relationships develop over time, they provide the space for both individuals to show up as their most authentic selves. You'll have the chance to better understand each other's needs, boundaries, and desires without feeling rushed or pressured into any decisions. One of the most crucial aspects of allowing a relationship to evolve slowly is being aware of each other's boundaries. This doesn't just mean respecting physical space, but also emotional boundaries. You may both have different experiences and ways of viewing relationships. Allowing each other the space to express those ideas without rushing toward a particular outcome is essential. By taking your time, you're also giving yourselves the chance to evaluate compatibility on a deeper level without the distractions that often come with rushing. This allows both of you to make better decisions, and it also fosters a sense of trust and comfort that is built over time, rather than forced from the outset. A 21.1. By cultivating patience and avoiding the urge to rush into things, you are ultimately setting a more solid foundation for a lasting bond. Relationships that evolve slowly provide the time needed to build trust, respect, and understanding, which are the essential building blocks of any healthy relationship. The more you allow this process to unfold naturally, the stronger and more meaningful your connection will become. So take a step back, embrace patience, and trust that the right relationship will come at the right time. As you move forward, I encourage you to reflect on your approach to relationships. Are you trying to rush into something too quickly? Or are you allowing time and space for the connection to grow in its own way? Share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. How have you seen patience play a role in your relationships? Let's engage in a discussion, and remember, steady progress is the key to lasting success. If you found value in this video, don't forget to hit that like button, share it with someone who could really benefit from this wisdom, and subscribe to the channel for more life-changing insights. Make sure to turn on your notifications so you never miss out on another powerful lesson that could elevate your relationships and mindset. But before you go, I want to hear from you. Did these signs resonate with you? Have you noticed any of these subtle cues in your own experiences? Or maybe you have a different perspective that could add even more depth to this conversation. Whatever it is, I encourage you to drop a comment below and let's get the discussion going. Your feedback matters, and we're all here to learn and grow together. Until next time, stay strong, stay focused, and always remember, you are the prize. Armed with Stoic wisdom, you have the power to shape your own path and master every relationship that comes your way. Keep striving, keep evolving, and never forget, the true strength lies within you. You've got this.